Hello, 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 hello. How's everybody doing? Let's see. I'm trying to scroll back through the chat. What's up, Cherokee Girl, Muffin Top, Jean, Polyhumus, Sassy Brenda, Annette Craft, Sugar Darling. Lil Dab in the house. Woo woo. Web thing. Hello, hello, hello. So, I'm going to start this off a little different than I normally do. I'm going to share some stuff, my video footage. I'm going to premiere a short from yesterday. People can make fun of me and laugh if they want. You know, I've seen so many. Not going to entertain. I'm not going to name names because, well, I don't give a shit. How about that? I've seen so many want to talk junk and everything else. But here's what I ask. You don't got to defend me or anything else. Before they start talking shit about what I'm doing or not doing, mainly what I am doing, ask them what they have proactively done. If Bullhorn Betty is talking junk about what I'm doing, I'll entertain that because she's got off her ass and out of her house, and she's posted a flyer or two. But the people that haven't left their living room or their bedroom or whatever and are talking junk, I'm not going to entertain it. I'm not. To me, that's just clout chasing. You're downing somebody else for actually being active, for actually doing something. Okay. I mean, whatever. If that's what floats your boat. But that's not what I'm going to do. That's not what I'm at. I'm on positive. Whatever, Cherokee. I'm I've done the back and forth and arguing with creators. It gets you nowhere. I'm not going to do that. I'm not arguing with subs. I'm not arguing with creators. I'm not going to do that. That derails me from what I'm trying to do. Thank you, Web Thing. I appreciate that a lot. The whole point, look, the whole point of everything I did was something positive for summer. It wasn't about nobody else. So whatever. I'm not making it exclusive to summer. Anybody, family member, other creator, whatever, that has missing persons posters that they want me to put out there right beside the Summers, right along with hers, I'm down for it. Hey, Miss Karen, I'm down for it. Web thing ignores Streamlabs. It's a bot. It don't know what it's saying. I'm down for that. I have no problem. What I'm in talks with Senate and Congressmen for is positive for any victim or survivor of human trafficking. I'm going to answer a question that was posed in the comment section and other stuff after we look at some things. But let's see. Here's a little clip that's not been seen yet from yesterday. I'm going to share. Then I'm going to play the interview that I had with the local for those of you that may not have seen it yet. Because I want to address some things. There's questions that have arisen. I want to address those. I want to be able to answer. There was another hour and a half of that interview. I ran out of videotape. It is what it is, unfortunately. I ended up actually following. I had to do another leg of the Uber, I guess you'd say. I ended up actually following them to their house, and that's where we did the interview. They didn't feel comfortable talking where other people might have heard them and seen them. They didn't feel comfortable showing their faces. It was an older man and woman, an older couple that just happened to be coming, and they were actually buying cigarettes and gas at the truck stop, you know. Let's see. Trying to push play on this one. Make sure I get the right screen. My computer's just moving extra slow, y'all. I apologize. There we go. Here we go as you come in and out. Another display. Here we go as you come in and out. Another display. Here we go as you come in and out. Another display. Here we go. Now this is the McDonald's that was actually inside of the truck stop. Some of them have Hardee's, some have McDonald's, some have Subway, all kind of stuff. Oh, thank you for the super chat, Muffin Top. I'm just now seeing it come through. I'm glad y'all like the interview. I want to play it because and I may pause it and discuss some things throughout and give context to the interview. We were sitting at a picnic table in their backyard. Was the husband and wife. Like I said, I met them at the truck stop I was at, the Loves. They came over to make sure I was okay. After the lady called the police on me, we went over to the McDonald's inside and ate and whatnot. I think y'all saw a little bit of the video that I had from the McDonald's. In the McDonald's video, you hear me saying the lady's pecking and motioning me there. I thought she wanted a flyer. But apparently, after they spoke to me in the store, in the parking lot, and saw what happened with the police and stuff, they wanted to talk to me. They actually came up and grew up in that area, him and her. They met in hollers near each other. And they actually approached me to talk. There's other parts of that interview that even if I hadn't ran out of video, part of it I wouldn't have taped because her husband gave some thoughts, but he would not have talked on audio or video at all. I got their information. I've got their address, their names, their phone numbers, all that. So, and I did verify they showed me yearbooks. I was at their house for quite a long time, actually. What I will say is if anybody can support, I would appreciate any PayPal or Cash App. I'm down to $1.61 after yesterday. But it turned positive and it turned good because the information that was gleaned, the insight, looking through someone's eyes that was born and raised, they were 23 and 26 respectively when they moved out of that area. Yeah, Cherokee, they really actually were very nice. They were very nice. He actually had his hand cut off in an accident. Is what prompted them having to move. They moved out of the area, the Beach Creek kind of Walker. I'm trying to think how you say it. Walker Top area. They moved out of that area to be closer to the doctors that were treating his condition. And they had a small child and stuff. They actually, as I understand, have 4 grown children and about 11 grandchildren. 2 of the grandchildren were there. One of the teenagers and a toddler close to my grandbaby's age were there at the house when I followed them back with our Uber and stuff. But I ended, when you pre-plan and prepay and whatnot, any extra mileage is extra. So yeah. What's up, Miss Justice? You've got a big yard. Hey, Miss Katie Kitty. So I'm gonna play this interview, and like I said, I will be stopping it periodically, even though it's my own, for commentary, for context, to let y'all know whom and what time period we're talking about, to clarify some of these individuals that are being spoken about in this interview. And then also to expand on what was talked about after the video and audio cut off. I know it's just mainly audio because it's a black screen. They wouldn't have talked if I hadn't gave them anonymity. So I just wanted to discuss. I wanted to put it out, let everybody marinate about it, hear it, listen. And then I wanted to pull it up and have an open discussion in our group about it. Like I said, I did get their information. So if I have more questions or anything else that we want to discuss with them, it's not hard at all for me to get in contact with to do. Okay, I digress. Let's go ahead and pull that up. So we were just sitting here talking, and I'm going to go ahead and let you restart the story that you were telling. And I'm going to hear it for the first time with everybody.
The man was incarcerated in jail, and he escaped. And law enforcement was looking for him. The sheriff was out there, and
okay, this was one specific point that I wanted to answer because I had a lot of questions. The era, the time frame that this would have been in would predate Ronnie Lawson's service and the sheriff that had 2 terms prior to Ronnie. So this would have been the era that Ronnie Lawson's father was sheriff. To clarify, because a lot of people had questions.
they found him. He was behind a rock, and when they found him, he stood up. He was unarmed, and he stood up, put his hands up, and as he started walking out from behind the rock, the sheriff just pulled his gun out and shot him for no apparent reason. He had escaped from jail, that's all. And there was nothing ever done about it. It was covered up, but the sheriff shot the man. And he got away with it. And that shows that now this was in a county area.
Right. Of Tennessee, of course.
Yeah, in Tennessee.
Yeah.
And
I've been getting paid $1,000 a month, if not more, just from this app on my phone. And I don't know if you can see that.
but that's not an isolated incident.
Right.
It happens more often than not.
And there wasn't just the sheriff, there were other deputies and officers
there,
and stuff. Yeah.
They were searching for the escapee, and when they found him, the sheriff shot him.
And they never found nobody knew a reason that they knew him
or anything on him. And in fact, he was still in the same clothes that they
wow
put him in the cell with. It wasn't in street clothes or anything like that. He had on the county attire
Right.
that prisoners wear.
Yeah.
And so there was no mistake about who he was.
Right.
But sheriff shot him, killed him. And nothing ever come of it. Nothing was ever done about it.
I mean, did it make the papers and stuff? And they just said
No.
like he escaped and had
No.
So it just never was reported or
Didn't
anything?
make local papers or anything.
No.
Wow.
So I know another guy that was trying to get a permit to carry a gun, and this was years before you could take a course and get a concealed carry permit.
Yeah.
And this guy was trying to get a permit, and he went to this same sheriff and told him what he was looking for. And the sheriff, to get around all the business about it, deputized him.
Wow.
And that allowed him to carry a gun. But he told him that if you carry this outside the county, you can be charged. So what the sheriff did was give him a warrant for a man that they had never been able to find and probably dead at the time. He said, if you go out of the county and you get questioned about your gun, he said, you show them this warrant and that you have information that the guy's in that area, and that'll be the end of it. So that's how they work around things like that.
And I know a bondsman back home that's got a similar story to that. That's how years ago, we're talking in the 80s, that he was able to carry.
Yeah.
He got deputized because there was bounty hunting regulations, and that's how they were able to get around them, and he was able to do his bounty hunting. Wow.
So it's really crooked, they do whatever they want, and they know enough about how the law works that they can work around it.
Just skirt it just
it
enough to bend it but not break it.
Right.
Gotcha. When it comes to the big business, like the drug trafficking trade, especially, like the major drug trafficking that goes on in some of the poorer areas, that especially the ones that with NAFTA, a lot of the industry, the textile industry, the furniture industry left, went overseas, totally left the area, and left them kind of void of any way to support them economically. A lot of people returned to dog fighting, cockfighting. I just saw pins right off of a major road, and I think it's the border of Sullivan and Greene counties, kind of just a country road stretch. But you could, it was, for anybody that knows anything about cockfighting, to get a visual of it, it was pretty obvious. The way the pins were set up, and it wasn't where they hold the fights, but you could tell that they were raising these birds, and it wasn't like the chicken farms that was owned by Case Farms and them I seen growing up. It wasn't like one of those. It's mini coops is the way, and you could see them, the talons, I forget what you call this part, and the little goatee hanging. You could just tell by the way the birds were kept and done. You could tell what they were there for.
There was another deputy that would stop people, and if he found any drugs in their car, marijuana or anything like that, he would confiscate it.
Or purses.
And not turn it in.
A constable in this area was busted for that.
And so whenever he did that, he would contact another guy, which will remain nameless, and have him sell it.
Oh, wow.
And split the money. And he made a lot of money that way.
So one of these counties, though, and towns are going broke. You don't have the evidence
but
to turn it, you know?
The guy that was selling it was never charged because this guy was the deputy
in the Hawkins County Jail without bond.
This specific was talking about the constable situation, the training of the dogs, if y'all remember.
and if anything come up, he'd smooth it over.
Got you.
And so that's the way that went down. And
that makes sense for a similar
yeah
situation right now. Second cousins.
So anyway, yeah, it cover-ups all over the place.
Yeah. But it has to be beneficial, of course, to those that are
oh yeah, they
covering
have
up
to
somehow.
They
have to get something out of it.
They have to be getting something out of it.
Would you think a sheriff in that area would be able to afford a house that was valued, just a house, at close to $100,000 and on 80 acres of land?
No.
It's not all of it, though.
Unless he inherited it.
If he did, then his brother, also an ex-DEA agent in that same county in Tennessee we're speaking of, one of the poorest in Tennessee that we've been talking about. The brother also owns 80 acres of land. His house is valued at $129,000. And he's got, like farm, like the hay, like where we store hay, in the little farm buildings, and there's cars, there's multiple vehicles and such for both of them. And it just, when it's making headlines all across Tennessee, that if this county doesn't get their budget in order, they're facing the same thing they were in 2014, which is the state of Tennessee taking them over and then becoming unincorporated, which means they lose all federal and state grants and benefits because their budget's out of order. And you have sheriff's deputies for the county standing up and saying, I've tried to move back in with my parents. I have took my health insurance away so I don't have to pay that, and I still can't afford to live on what they're paying me. The city of Rogersville police department pays nearly double to their officers what the county sheriff's department is paying in Hawkins.
Well,
and mind you, now the city is inside the county.
Well, see, there again, if the deputies are not getting paid that well,
they're leaving.
Then there's a certain amount of money granted for each county to maintain what has to be done.
Exactly.
And if the deputies are not getting it, somebody else is.
Right. And we're talking, these people are making under 10 an hour.
Probably the guy that has the $100,000 house and the 80 acres of land.
Well, and I mean, it seems, you know.
This has changed my life. This stuff is called Instatox. It's made by Serious Skincare.
I love this product because it can be made.
When you have somebody that has a residence that's in that county, but they're related to somebody high up, and you're looking back over the years, back in 2009, they had charges. This man and his girlfriend, quasi-wife, and one of which was maintaining a dwelling, Schedule 2 substance. Now, I'm going to drop a little mic in this moment because I did some research and had somebody else from Tennessee that's a YouTuber, RJ, shout out, give me a heads up on something. In that year, 2000, I think it was 2008 that the law got passed, and it was changed either 2011 or 2012. But the specific, where it said not registering, it's something about not registering your medications. That specific law, come to find out that they got charged under, they were acquitted, and then they got lesser charges that were misdemeanor, not felony, that they pled guilty to and got probation that they're still on. And it was 2009. They've not paid their probation fees, but they're still out here driving around and everything. And they've had probation violations. But anyway, that law that we specifically looked at, and I can bring it back up when I'm in a live stream, but that law that we specifically looked at, what I found was that specific, it's like not registering, not properly registering your script. It has something to do with it. Sounds like that you were a doctor almost making a prescription and you didn't properly register it with the authorities. Well, that law was passed. And during 2009, when they were charged and convicted, that was a special law that only applied to the possession of, sale of, and manufacture of methamphetamines. So all this time that we were thinking these two individuals were possibly pain pills because of the condition, the cancer and such this one had, and because we knew the one had admitted to selling marijuana. We're thinking it was one of those two substances, but with what I found out about that particular general statute for Tennessee, now it's changed. The law changed, and I want to say it was 2012, but it was passed in 2008. It was specifically to apply the way that that's worded, and that specific number was specifically to apply to deal with methamphetamines only. That was the only substance that one covered. And to find that out and match the time frame pretty much, seals the deal. I can't find any record. Allegedly, according to the locals, there was land that was seized during that time and sold, but I'm not finding any record of it. Auctioned off.
We put Lumi to the test where we looked at Lumi compared to a shower alone. This is odor here. This is when you would take a shower at
Not being part of it. 80 acres, was it 40 acres and a mule? You're supposed to. But I wonder, one theory that's making the rounds and becoming real well too, but one that would actually be hopeful to the other, is that maybe there was one of the locals in that area that dabbles on the dark side of the train tracks, per se, and is related to those in power, and family has been there since 1700s, that the parents owed money to that individual for their drugs, and that individual may be holding the little girl, and so much national and international media attention has come down and been there that she can't just turn up, or just be released back to the parents without some sort of explanation. Even though their story, their timeline and stuff, there's a lot of discrepancies, there's been a lot of lies. At the end of the day, there's a little girl that's turned 6 that's still missing. and everybody surrounding her has ties to RSO, which is registered offenders, that we're not kind of allowed to say on the airwaves. But I mean, literally, on the mama's side, on the daddy's side, the neighbors, the person down the street, the neighbor across the street had one using their Wi-Fi that wasn't supposed to be. You know, all this is occurring all around the time that this little girl goes missing. So it's kind of to pick which is the lesser evil. Sometimes it seems, or to pick out what might have happened. But motive is what you go back to. I mean, you got parents that have no explanation as to really how they have a vehicle that's a 2021, that there's not a loan, there's not a lien on it. Title's been pulled and run, it's not a lien on it. It's been paid for.
A 2021 vehicle right now costs you 30 grand.
Yep.
Anything
It's a Suzuki, 4-wheel drive Suzuki.
Oh, well.
You think they had sold that girl?
You're talking.
It's registered as a white vehicle, though, and it's red. And it's been registered as a white vehicle.
Sound like a cover-up to me.
You think that they've sold her? Gave her away?
That's one of the big thoughts, is that the parents would have sold her to somebody to pay off their debt.
And if she's not in that area, she could be anywhere.
Well, and that's the thing, the sheriff's department, the local sheriff's department, the detective over it, they keep searching the same area. They've been back to search the same, like, 2.5 mile radius area 3 times. And it's within the 2.5 mile area where the parents' home is. They own 11.8 acres.
Well, it's common sense that if you don't find something in one place, you expand.
Right.
Expand.
Yeah.
But the authorities prevented that. Like when EquiSearch was there to search, they're an accredited search team. They were confined to that search area. They waited like 6 months to really come out and tell that their hands were tied when they were searching. They've also been denied the ability to come back and search, which is why, between that and the blood ties with authorities and like people that hold seats of power, commissioners, such, and the way things have played out, is why a lot of people are saying that there's some type of cover-up or corruption. Or was this something that was just dreamed up and done to somehow make money?
I agree with her. The little girl could be anywhere.
Well, and that's the whole reason for the putting
alive.
flyers out at truck stops and getting, off the highways and getting the attention.
These sex traffickers,
Mm-hmm.
they don't go around truck stops and places like that. They have.
Get your summer underway with
Okay, so it was about to cut off. Wow. So I just got a notification. Why is Jody Sue Brown sharing my videos? What video? Oh, she shared it and unshared. Oh, Jody Sue, I got a notification. What in the world? What does that mean, you guys? Wow. Okay. That's just weird. That creeped me out. So, I'm about to make the announcement for Sunshine of the Month. It's going to be for the rest of July and all of August. And here we go. Thank you, Miss Katie Kitty. What is up, Miss Dave Gray? Karen, it makes me feel that way. So, guys, okay. I have a special live event that will be coming up tomorrow if the package gets here before 4 p.m. If not, it'll be on Friday. Wow. That's crazy, allegedly. Well, welcome, Miss Deb. We love you always. There's a couple things I wanted a clip, more of the picture, but I'm going to play this little video that was put out by Thunder Sky. Those of you, when I play it, well, okay, sorry. I've got something else planned. Anybody that wants to contribute, it would be greatly appreciated. It's going to be along the lines of the ride I've been on, the posting up at the truck stops and putting out flyers. So since people have raised questions about the flyers with the reward amount listed, I have the black and white flyers that don't say anything about the reward. Same ones that JLR has. So I'm going to be using those flyers. You're not going to stop from putting Summer's face out there. So, and to answer the question that was just posed in the video, in the interview, and it cut off at a horrible time, I want to address this. At no point in time do I think that we're going to see human trafficking, people pulling up to the gas pump like a truck driver does to fill up with gas, or that they're going to use highly trafficked stores. What I think is that truck drivers, people that pull vehicles for NASCAR and haul cars to different car lots all over the U.S., people who drive all over the world, living camping lifestyles, all tend to stop at truck stops. Those people are the people, they don't just go down Interstate 40, they don't go down I-85, they go all over the world, all over the U.S. on these little roads. Guess what? Those truck drivers damn well also go into Mexico and cross the border into Canada. Mexico is one of the largest hubs for child trafficking, human trafficking, period. So we need those people who are crisscrossing Podunk Road as well as Interstate 85 and 77 and 40 and Highway 93 and 81 and all these other places. Some drivers go east to west, some go north to south, some go local, some go national, some go international. We need every one of their eyes educated, open, and paying attention. You know? I hear you, Pug Mom. I will when I get done with the live stream. So that's the awareness. And obviously, representatives are opening up their ears and they're listening. I'm getting replies back. I'm getting support, even from the tobacco lobbying industry, with education. When you start letting a company know, that, hey, if you do this and this, you get tax write-offs And federal and state grants, they listen. They listen. They like free money. And if you can spend, what averages out to less than $500 a month for advertising, displaying a picture or multiple pictures and giving a 30-minute class at orientation and at recertification when you're already given classes and the curriculum is supplied for free, you spend less than you get back, is the bottom line. So anybody that can help would be greatly appreciated. At this point, I don't have to print more flyers, but if it continues being as positive as possible, I will be printing more flyers. I don't want to tell where I'm going to be. What I will tell you is the Thursday or Friday thing, that's something local. That's something that's more personal for our group. If I can get the funds for gas money and everything, I'm going to take Lacey's car on her next day off, and I'm going to be in Tennessee, putting summer space out there again. So anybody that can help and support me would be greatly appreciated. All of that is going to happen between now and Sunday, if I can raise the funds. So, exactly, Deb, exactly. Any class like that, they can get credit for it. Anybody who works in an emergency services field can get credit for that. I'm pretty sure the Underground Railroad already has curricula prepared for free. No, Web thing, I'm not going to stay the night. I'm going to do what I did yesterday was very successful. Obviously, with the interview I got and everything else, I'm going to do that again. I want to get some more locals that are willing to talk on or off camera, at least audio. And continue getting missing persons pictures and attention out there. Anybody who has a missing person's flyer that they want included, if they just send me an email with it in it, I'll print it off and I'll make sure it gets put out there with Summers. Thank you, Web Thing. I appreciate that. I just privately I'll contact. I don't want to tell where exactly I'm going to be until after. I have the videotape just for safety purposes. Thank you, Annette. I would greatly appreciate that. Okay, I will, y'all. I hadn't heard anything. I don't know if my ringer's off. But, you guys, I'm giving video proof. I have no problem with that. Anybody that wants, thank you, Deb Gray. Anybody that wants receipts on anything further than what's seen in video, all you got to do is ask. I'll be glad to provide. I have no problem at all ever providing a receipt. Just the certain things I've experienced, you guys, I want to be safe. Let's see. Deb, I got your PayPal. Ashley, I didn't get one from you yet. But it's slow, it seems. Oh. Well, thank you for saying that. I just wanted to say, that's no problem at all, ever. Okay, I want to show y'all this video, and I'm going to pause it because what I want to talk about is a place that I told you when I went there to Kingsport, and when I was retracing Candace's visits that day. This is a store I spoke about. Now I want you to see this video and listen to what she purchased. And then I'm going to pause it. And those of you that are locals or that have been to Kingsport area, this is not far from the hippie house. This is the orange convenience store I keep talking about. That's next to the Avon house with the little road that leads up to the trailer park. I'm going to go ahead and share and play that. Let me see. Actually, that might be a notification. Thank you, RJ. I want you to see if you recognize this orange building. If you know this to be, I've been told, thank you, Annette. I've been told that this is not a good area. I went to this store. It really creeped me out. I mean, it really creeped me out while I was there. Like I said, anybody that's local, I want to know what y'all think. And even the videos from Thunder Sky, I believe. Let me double check. I don't want to tell anybody. Yeah, Thunder Sky Studios. It's one of my actually favorite channels. Hold on. As soon as I click the share, you'll see this picture. This is the convenience store. You guys should be able to see it. There's a reason. This is the one I keep telling you guys about. That I went and visited. It's not far from Yippee House. Oh my gosh, I'm trying to access the comments. This one right here. That's the it's hard to see in this picture. Yeah, Miss Sassy, I'm going to put it out after. I just feel that that's the safest thing to do right now. But this is the absolutely, Miss Justice. We got American True Crime, RJ, and I'm trying to think somebody else that's in the chat that has a channel. But this is Thunder Sky Studios video. This is the orange convenience store, you guys, the tobacco store. It's maybe 2 to 3 buildings further away from the hospital. Leaving, like if you leave Hippie House, you're going to take a right, and it's on the right, and it's kind of set sideways. You turn on the way you turn into it, and there's a bluish gray house. There's a little dirt road that runs right beside it, if that makes any sense. I'm not sure of the name, RJ. It just had a weird vibe, and like I said, it's a grayish blue house, and it has a banner that says Avon sold here, and there's a little like dirt road that goes in between that house and the orange. This is, yeah, don't worry, Rhonda, I'm going to play it. Yes, this is from like July. This is about 3 weeks after Summer went missing. Oh, that's not his, Miss Justice. Cherokee Girl posted his link. But this is the store I stopped at because I wanted to buy a cheap pack of cigarettes for myself. Okay, this is honest and true. I'm a smoker. Newports were like $9. Everywhere else I had stopped, and I just could not afford that. And they didn't have, like you can see, the 383. That's Eagles, I think. Either Montclair or Eagle. I think it's Montclair's binder. So those are Eagles. And I think that's what I ended up getting because it was like less than $4. You take a right out of the Hippie House, RJ, and It's kind of as you're going down the hill, it's on the right. It's a bright neon orange cinder block building. It's not facing the highway like Hippie House is, though. It's turned sideways. And there's a trailer park kind of up behind it. No, she dropped Thunder Sky Studios link because this is their video that I'm showing, is all. But I've got video from outside and inside this store. I've got to figure out how to convert it to where my links can read it. Okay, RJ. It just is it gave a weird vibe. And there's a trailer park. Like I said, there's the house and it had a sign hanging over their front porch rail facing the store. And it said Avon sold here. There's a little dirt road that leads up to the trailer park. It's just weird because the comments that were made to me about the Avon lady. And I know that this is the tobacco store where they got the vapes that day, according to the people inside the store. Okay, I'm going to let this video play.
A pipe. This alleged sighting of Candace at the tobacco store is from July 2021. This channel is republishing it as a part of a series of videos about substance abuse in families. Guys, I literally just seen Summerwell's mom Candace at the discount tobacco buying a glass pipe/bubble. Right in front of me. I'm in shock for some reason. I literally got a picture of her also. Blank post a picture of her on social media, but like I'm freaking out. She was all the way near my mama's across from blank in Kingsport, in a Silverado truck. I really feel she knows what happened to that precious little girl. Comment. That's so sad considering they are doing a candlelight vigil for her at the park.
I'm just talking away. I'm just talking away. What I was going to say is, my phone won't quit going off. What I was going to say is, I just wanted to show, Ashley, I don't think there'll be a 911 call put out. I keep, telling people the way the 911 thing happened. Check my email. Okay, the way the 911 thing happened is a little different. It ain't important what she was in that day. That's the store. That what's important is that that's the store I've been telling you guys about. That to me was more suspect than the hippie house or Catch 22 or the grocery store. If that makes any sense to anybody. Okay, I got another video I want to share. And I want thoughts. I want your thoughts. I know what it means to me. I want y'all's thoughts.
So, these little bastards are getting sneaky. And there's a clan pop-up tonight. I knew the stickers and shit I seen coming in yesterday weren't a fucking coincidence, but anyway, they're just starting to roll in. So, if anybody wants to join me, you have about an hour to get ready, meet me, as long as you can keep up in the fucking woods, stay quiet, and like, not be a baby. So, if anybody wants to join me, can wash off real quick. You know, no perfumes, no lights. As long as you can keep up in the woods in the fucking dark, more than welcome to come. So, anyway, got about an hour to meet me. Yeah.
Anyway, just message me, text me. Yeah, and I'm sure you know what might not happen, etc. So be prepared for that. I'll be leaving out here shortly as soon as I get back home. Rinse perfume off myself, cover up, etc. So just message. You can meet me. You can go with. Just don't need anybody that's gonna slow down in the woods and whatnot.
$1,200, $5,000, and this one is $3,000. Every single month I get paid by Audible. If you don't know what Audible is, it's actually owned by Amazon, which is one of the biggest marketplaces in the world. But instead, Audible is where you can buy podcasts or audiobooks. The first time I heard about this was actually 3 years ago when I met Christian. Christian showed
I don't need YouTube's little silver plaques and stuff to feel like what I'm doing is making a difference. Personally, when I get to see Summer's boards go up inside of Flying J's and Pilots and a plaque on it calling it, Summer's whatever, that's going to be the biggest win I can ever have. I'm so excited about that, you guys. And I really think, so I'm going to reach out. I've got several friends that are truck drivers. And what I'm thinking about doing, they all do different routes. One does as far as Ohio and as far out as Indiana, the one I just went on. Another one I've got goes all the way up to the border of Canada. And then another friend I have goes all the way out west to California. I think it's important to get all those. And what I'll do is I'll get as many missing persons posters, of course, Summers, but as many others as we can get together. And Get those out. Get those out to the truck drivers. Get those out at the truck stops. Y'all, I can't emphasize enough how much positive feedback that I got. Miss Justice, send me an email with the address and I got you, boo. Positive feedback, y'all. And when I say positive feedback, I'm going to pause for one moment. I just got to blow my nose. All right, sorry about that. When I say positive feedback, I'm talking positive feedback from individuals, positive feedback from truck drivers, positive feedback from workers inside the truck stops and restaurants and convenience stores, positive feedback from law enforcement in those areas that thought it was an awesome idea. Awesome idea. Matter of fact, a state trooper in Kentucky told me that's an amazing idea. Now, if we could get the way stations involved also, that was his idea, was to get the way stations involved. If we could get somewhere, whether they, picked a flyer per week to have posted. See, that's awesome, you guys. To me, when not only law enforcement is supportive of the movement you're looking at doing, but they're also adding positive feedback and ideas in, it doesn't get any better than that. He's going to do. Got you, Betty Joe. And if there's any way that I can help, please let me know. If he drives for a company, if you'll send me an email, I'll reach out to that company as my business organization. And hopefully that'll help. Got you, allegedly. And guys, anybody that has any ideas to get, again, this is not just for summer. This is not just for summer. Any missing person, child, woman, man, adult, grandma, doesn't matter. What matters, hey, Smiley, welcome, baby. What matters is getting their faces out there. And the more eyeballs to see them, the better. Period. I mean, isn't that the whole idea of a missing persons flyer in the first place? Is to get their face out there in front of people so they can see them, know they're missing. So if they see that person, they know what to call somebody. Betty Joe, awesome sauce. Anything, you just let me know. Okay, I thought so. Allegedly. I thought so. Because I hadn't seen you, and I saw the way you talked, and that's what it reminded me of, or who you reminded me of. And like I said, any other ideas, just like the state trooper I said in Kentucky that told me way stations, because most truck drivers are required to stop. There's a pre-pass lane that everybody just rides through. If we can get them to rotate like a flyer every 24 hours, every 12 hours, every 72, 48, whatever they're willing to do, if we can get that posted and up at way stations, that's a positive. I don't, the people that were talking crap and making fun of me, okay, can you tell me, while you're talking crap and making fun of me for running around, hanging up flyers and talking to truck drivers and, whatever, can you tell us what you did positive to help summer? That's what I want to see. Don't forget, Smiley's got a channel also, you guys, so drop Miss Smiley's link if you can. So when I do that special show on Thursday or Friday, we're going to announce the Sunshine of the Month. This Sunshine of the Month will run for the entire rest of the month of July. And August. So that we get back on track. And you guys will understand why when it's all said and done, I promise. It's not important, Betty Joe. It just shows their ignorance, you know? That's what it does. I hear you, Miss Pam. I've got to call you back, Pam, and I will. I've just had a whole lot going on right now. My son has had his first 2 treatments. He's doing well. He got a little nauseous, didn't have a lot of appetite after the second one, and he's just really tired. So, right now, what they're doing is it's just it's your average heightened. The next week after you wasn't able to get out and do much, was in Dandridge where they say, oh, yes, that's where she is. Right, Katie. I know I'm going to call you back, Pam. Allegedly, that makes sense because of the Snodgrass lady. And that's really all I want to say about that. I'm not going to get a lot into that right now. The further we go and the longer stuff goes in Summer's case, my ideas and thoughts do change greatly. Right now, I'm still stuck where I've been stuck for a long time. And that is, I firmly believe that this was a planned event, that it wasn't something just willy-nilly. I can't get past, every time I try to think it's an accident or something that happened and they had to scramble afterwards. I remember the red truck. I don't know true crime. Other people have told me that. I don't know what's up. Okay, little Dev, will do. What's up, Lisa? And I go back to certain things in Summer's case, and to me, it screams it was a planned event. Now, did the event go exactly as planned? Or did what they had planned take a left turn and then things had to happen? I think that things didn't go as planned and they had to adapt for some reason. And it was that adaptation that gives us the script, that gives us what jumps out to us as being false and fake. I also believe there's a possibility that Summer is still alive out there. I cannot get past that, you guys. And I am being hidden for some reason. As far as Grandma's aliases that came out by Chris McDonough, you guys probably going to have to go back 2 or 3 months. But I told y'all that. I went over all of her aliases, remember? We had a big thing about it because I'm like, why does she have all these aliases? What's up with that? We even looked in because the one that was total didn't have nothing about Candace or hair in it. I can't remember the alias right now, but it actually traced back to same addresses and to relations with the girlfriend that she lived with for all those years and to family members. Oh, and Smiley, there's one thing that Chris McDonough is also right about too. When and if Utah comes a knocking, That's when the real pressure. Don's just in the county jail right now. It's a whole different ball game. If he gets facing extradition to Utah in 40, 50 years, it's a whole different look. A whole different look. Yep, Pam, I agree with you. I agree, Betty Jo. I think that Don is going to sing like the caged canary that he fucking is when it comes to facing 40, 50 years. Yeah, he gonna squeal. I agree. I really do. Anybody, I'm telling you, Candace, Jody Sue, anybody that's involved in this case, Grandma, if y'all know anything that you ain't told the police, you better tell it before they come with them silver bracelets and he goes to Utah. Because self-preservation is going to kick in. And he's going to tell. That's where the bargaining comes in. This little county stint, it's less than a year, guys. There's no bargaining there for him. There's nothing there's no leverage. There's nothing for him to bargain for. But when you've got, at this point, we know of a total of 7 different females. There is no statute of limitations. 7 different females. Now, what does it mean? Because some of those, he was a minor at the same time. I don't know what Utah law is about that. But if he couldn't have been tried as an adult at the time that it was committed, means that you would just be in a juvenile facility until you turn either 18 or 21. Well, that time is coming past. They don't normally make them go back and serve that. See, we have to look at facts, no matter how much we want to think with our hearts. We have to look at our legal system and facts. Now, some of those occurred after he was an adult. The one with Jeannie, when he came back and he was 19 after getting out. Yes, there is no statute of limitations, Katie Kitty, in Utah. It is different state to state. It sometimes is different county to county and city to city. So you really have to look into that. That's just like I had to look into marriage law to find out about the property in Tennessee. It's different. It's different. Just FYI, though, community property laws would not apply to 110 Ben Hill Road based on the marriage license that we see and the deeds. That land was purchased and deeded to Don before there was a marriage license signed. If that marriage license is legit, okay? Real talk. Facts. This is not fiction. This is not something I made up. This is based on law. Tennessee state law. I don't think Tennessee is a community property state anyway. But that actual community property or not isn't even relevant in this situation. It was more than 90 days prior to the date on the wedding license. So you look at the wedding license date. Then you look at the date that is on the the property deeds and all were notarized. There are more than 90 days in between. So therefore, community property is not even in play. What does that mean for the property on 110 Ben Hill? Honestly, I don't know. If they're legally married and Don passed away, would it go to Candace? Possibly, unless there's a will or something stating otherwise. I don't know, October October, Miss Justice. I can't remember the exact date. I want to say the 22nd, but I don't know if that's right. And I don't understand how they get that, by the way, because he went in February, and he had 6 months. Well, 6 plus 2 is 8. That would be August. And then you say the other 6 months for in-house rehab. Well, that would be 8 plus 6. So that makes no sense. Yes, definitely, allegedly. There would definitely be court-ordered child support, but do you know how long that takes to get processed and happen? Yes, August 6th is 6 months, Betty Jo. So why is his release date October 30th? That's what, it's 2 months. It's not the in-house rehab length of time. It's not, doesn't add up to a total of 11 months. I don't understand, so I don't get it. Muffin Top, there again, it would depend on what Tennessee law is. If there's no will, then there's probate. And all heirs would have, the way North Carolina is set up, in probate, all heirs would have equal claim if there's no thing. An 8-month program. See, that makes no sense, though, Katie, to me. With what was court ordered, when you do the math, it don't make sense. Yeah, I got that, Kay, but October 30th is not 6 months in any way, shape, or form, is what I'm saying. I don't understand. Like, and it also does not add up to the original date without the court-ordered rehab. Right, Miss Justice. The child support, like, is crazy because as someone that's been on the receiving end and didn't get it for 11 and a half years straight, and it was court ordered to the point they took his driver's license. He had no ability to get licensed in this state to do anything, and I still didn't get the money. My children are 31 years old, and he still owes back child support, okay? So, you know. Sassy, that all depends on your state. No, it all depends on your state. Here in North Carolina, and I believe it's that way in Tennessee, if you're legally married and the spouse passes away, you inherit all that property, period. Yeah, they don't get paid to work. Yeah. Betty Jo, it's the date on the jail website, and they did a release today. Jonathan Lee Riches actually posted it and said October the 30th. Who are who twins? My children? Hell yeah, they're twins. I didn't do that twice. I had twins, yes. My mom's a twin. Her twin sister had twins. I had twins. One of the twins had twins. Yeah. My children were the 11th set in 3 generations of twins on my mom's side alone. What's up, Ashley? 87. Yeah. See, allegedly, that's what I'm saying. It does make a difference state to state. You just proved my point, because she said in Illinois, the surviving spouse only gets half if there are stepchildren without a will. Probate will decide, and probate law has to do with inheritance law and stuff. Oh, wow. That's what's up, Sassy. Cool, Rhonda. I love the whole twin thing. My mom's an identical twin. Literally, my grandmother painted red nail polish on my mom's twin sister's thumb so she could tell them apart when they were babies and all up through toddlers before they could talk. That's what I wondered, Betty Jo, exactly. She said, I don't understand why it's October unless he got caught with something and they added 2 months to his time. Exactly. I did, Ashley. I did. They're beautiful. I think they're so freaking cute. You almost made me want to go get a goat because I could have goat's milk and make butter and stuff and then have the cuteness too. And I wouldn't need a lawnmower. What'd you catch, Miss Katie? $17. Wow. I had to drink goat's milk as a child because I had a problem. So he did get another charge, is what you're saying, Miss Katie? Yeah, exactly, Betty Jo. It was 6 or full 11, and neither one of those adds up. I've been saying that since the beginning. That's what I didn't understand. I don't get the 2 months extra. Unless they were saying 6 months, and the 2 months accounts for what they're requiring him to do in an in-house rehab facility. But I understood they were requiring a 6-month rehab. So I don't know. No, they're not giving him double time. Because again, that would be 8 months. Is from the date that he was sentenced, his court date, when he went into jail and got sentenced that day in February, to his release date on October 30th is like 8 months and 4 days, 8 months and 6 days, something like that. So I don't understand. It makes, to me, one doesn't add up to the other. Okay, so I have a lot I want to talk about. We're going to go on to something different. Not that we're ever leaving summer, but a lot of you have probably seen this talk about Dre McRae. For those of you that haven't, I've got information to tell everybody who she is, what's going on, and why should this interest us? Well, her husband is a military man. He was a Marine. He was not dishonorably discharged. He had a knee injury that resulted in a discharge. I got background to give y'all. And I have something that I have researched. This is why I hoped I would have a nutritionist, especially in the chat tonight, and possibly someone that's done more extensive medical than me, like someone that is currently an RN or a physician's assistant or anything. I do have updates on that, allegedly. I appreciate it, but I've got some updates to give. I promise. Just bear with me. But I would like people to know whom and what we're talking about before I give the updates that happened within the last 15 hours and what's going on. So just bear with me. You know, we don't jump ahead and read the last chapter of the book when we're just beginning. I've done a lot of research on this. They have 2 YouTube channels, several Facebook accounts, several Instagram accounts. Going back 5 years, I have, in the past week, watched 5 years worth of their videos. And a progression. And it's really amazing, some of the parallels, in this case, to Summers. You know, when you can look. Oh, Ashley, that was Miss Katie Kitty. When you go back and look at their videos 5 years ago, as opposed to within the last 4 months, The similarities are, if you go back and look at Summer's pictures 2 years ago and go back and look at them within the months before she disappeared. Andrea, we're going to call her Andrea, and we're going to call him Vaughn. If you look at 5 years ago, and I'm going to show y'all, don't worry, y'all know how I roll. If you look at 5 years ago, she's my size, and he's, healthy Marine, still in the service. And then we look within the last 6 months, and they look emaciated, like almost like prisoners of war. What I have, oh Lord, hold on a minute. I got a problem with little man, and I'm helping babysit. So I'm going to mute. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm going to show you a video. Okay, and then I'm going to give you background and information on what I think may actually be going on and why this lady wants to keep him away from the doctor and actually getting the help that he needs. Not sure why there's an echo because I'm not sharing my screen yet. Anyway, I'm getting ready to have little man. Okay, also, if I can have my mods drop the links for the Cash App and PayPal and everything. I have something coming up that I'm going to do. I can't announce until after the fact what it is, so there's a certain level of trust. I just hope I got to come up with the gas money. So anybody that can donate, it will be greatly appreciated. It's something positive. I'm also going to have a video that'll come out sometime in the wee hours. It's going to be a montage of all of the videos that I took. And cross your fingers, I've got an adapter piece that I'm going to try to see if I can pull the video off the video camera from my last trip to Kingsport and Beach Creek and Ben Hill. And that'll be a separate video that's going to come out. That I'm uploading those. It'll have commentary and musical background to let everybody know what's going on, where it's at, and everything. I fully understand that. I was lucky that I had 50 of the black and white flyers left and 15 of the colored ones. And I took all the money I had that time and I went to Staples. I worked a deal. They made me a deal. I had to take mostly black and white, but they half priced it, you guys. You know, because I was getting the flyers and had a good cause that I was hanging them out for, and I talked to the manager and I knew them. They gave me a coupon and a discount, and I ended up getting 45% off of the price at the end of the day. So that was that one time. Also, anything you do like that, keep your receipts, because if you spend the money and pay for it, it's a tax deduction. And let me tell y'all, I'm having to pay taxes quarterly. By the way, I'm paying like they told me $225 to $250 a quarter, so that I don't owe a lot of money at the end of the year. And that's a whole paycheck, literally. So anybody that can donate, it would be greatly appreciated. If you can't, it's understandable. Anybody that wants to know how to get the Google Rewards thing that we've all been doing that helps. This week alone, I earned $4.27, and I only did like 4 surveys that altogether took 5 minutes max. And you're able to use that money however you want. Like I said, you can buy extra lives or stuff during your game or jewels, or you can buy memberships in YouTube land or stuff. Anything that you could use Google money for, you can use this. What I'm about to show y'all is one video that's real important. This is when Vaughn McCrae has been having seizures. The reason I asked y'all the questions about seizures, and hopefully I have the clip. We know of 8 seizures in less than 10 hours, grand mal seizures, that this gentleman had. She laughs while doing an interview with this lady called Vivian, and I have the interview, and I'll pull it up and show y'all, and says they only know of 8. Hey, Ashley, just send me an email and I'll send you everything you need. Or Cherokee Girl, if you still have the link, if you'll drop the link for that Google Rewards thing. Ashley, all you need is an Android phone or a computer that supports that. And you go to the Play Store and download it. Cherokee Girl, one of the mods, will drop the link. But if you'll email me, I'll walk you through it personally. Right, Pam, any seizure is bad. His seizures were grand mal seizures. She said, oh, they only know of 8. He had 15 or 16 in less than 12 hours. All exceeding 3 minutes, all grand mal seizures. Now, I'm going to say a name, and I want to see if anybody in the chat is familiar with this name. When I heard that this was the diet they were following, I know a little bit about this. This is one reason I got into this and paying attention and researching, because I've not heard anybody talking about this aspect of it. So I would like to have an RN or a nutritionist or both available to have a discussion, because what I have been able to find out, is anybody familiar with the name Dr. Sebi? He was very prominent in the 90s. He's not actually a doctor, and I have the research on him because it plays a big part. Everybody keeps talking about the diet. Well, these people, anybody, okay, lovely lady 422, you're going to follow along easier than anybody with where I'm at with this, if you're familiar with Dr. Sebi and his teachings. He claimed that a certain type diet could cure AIDS, diabetes, cancer, most diseases. I have a list. It's sickle cell, a whole lot. His teachings began out of Africa. One of his more famous followers is also like him, deceased. And that was Lisa Left Eye Lopez of the group TLC. What's up, RJ? How you doing? Dr. Sebi's diet is not just a diet. It is a lifestyle. SEBI. Don't worry, Miss Justice. Just follow along. Right now, we're reading a book. We're on chapter 1. If y'all guys don't try to skip ahead, you'll catch everything I'm putting down. I'm going to introduce you to these people. I'm going to tell you their background and who they are. I'm going to tell you about the diet. Then I'm going to tell you something that no other YouTuber that's covering this has brought to you, which we're going to look at it from a different aspect. In doing research in Dr. Sebi's alkaline diet and teachings, what I have found is everybody thinks that this lady has a mental illness or is doing this because she has a problem with him, which may be part of it. I've obtained text messages. I've got a copy of the police report. I've got updates. I have actual factual documentation that I'm going to show you guys. Now, what I want, those of you that don't know, Dr. Sebi's diet is about alkalines. Okay? I want to give you a background of this individual. I want you to know what these people look like. I want you to know what she is. Now, Dr. Sebi, exactly, Cherokee Girl. Ashley87, Cherokee posted the Google Opinion Rewards. If you have an Android phone or tablet, click that link, download it to your thing. It's simple. Most of the surveys are 1 to 3 questions long, and you make 10 to 50 cents. Sounds like not a lot, but you do about 5 surveys a week, and the money's there. It takes 24 hours for it to be ready, available to spend, just so you know. Okay. I want to introduce you guys to this creator. I want y'all to see, we're going to show a past, what she looked like then and what they look like now. Holy shit balls. Sorry, y'all. I didn't mean to bust nobody's eardrums out. I have been sitting here talking, and I was typing because y'all couldn't hear me, and I was muted. I'm 38 hot. So this is Jody Sue privated the video that she was just streaming. She had the comments turned off. Now, here's the deal. In that video, that recording I play is where Chasing and Penny called Lamar. I had to have permission to play that recording. Now, y'all remember how I roll. So if somebody goes back to YouTube and says I didn't have that permission, guess what? Yes, I do. I have that email. I wanted to make sure I still had the original email. I dotted my I's and crossed my T's. That's where I've been. I apologize. I was going to pull up, and we were going to watch her watching me, just as a spoof. But just as I did that, someone, and there's one of three people, it could be, somebody clipped her. It wasn't me. She's going to find out it wasn't me, even if she says it was me. And I'm about to type a comment. We're doing it in this live stream because we're going to live stream me commenting to her. But I'm guessing that somebody struck her channel, but because of the abrupt way the live ended and the fact that it's no longer available. When I clicked that link for it, because I already had it pulled up before it ended, just as I clicked into it, she's saying, here we go now, it's getting good. And I was about to explain something financial-wise, and she said, oh, here it goes. And about that time, click, it cut her off. I did make some notifications to the people's, and I'm not naming people. I'm just not going to do that. If they want to come out and tell it, or if she tells it, that's cool with her. If she wants to blame me, I'll wear it. Because, Jody Sue, if I could have struck you, I would have. Real talk. But my thing is, and this is what I'm going to show you guys, because I could share my screen. Jody Sue could have reached out to me to ask my permission. My email is visible on my page. It's always visible during every live stream. And, yep, she did. I'm on her community page right now, web thing. But all you can do is go to me. It's just getting me views. You can't see where she live streamed it and what she said. This takes you to my video. This doesn't take you to her live streaming my video and holding it up on her cell phone like she was. Unless it says it's privated. It could be members only. Because I'm a subscriber. That's how I'm going to comment. I've had to wait my time to be in the Queen's Castle. But that being said, Jody Sue, you have communicated with me via Facebook Messenger from my professional, the YouTube channel's Facebook. I still have those messages, dear. Don't make them disappear. It's not going to do you no good. I'm the queen of the screenshot when it comes to doing business. Now, if you're my friend and I'm having a friendly conversation, I'm not screenshotting her shit and I'm not recording it. I don't roll that way. If you got, and I'm going to say this in a general sense, that we wouldn't let you carry because whoever the person is that actually owned the recording I was playing did. Hopefully it won't come back on me. You good? I know what you mean, Karen. We understand. We all know each other's language. I'm just 38 hot because, bitch, why me? Why you won't stream my stuff? It's all, look, I'm going to tell you this, and y'all can take this however you want to. If you see me not interacting with certain people, yes, she had live chat off. I don't even know how to do it. No, it wasn't Killer. She knew I would get a notification. She knew I was live and she knew I would come over there. But I'll show it. I don't care. Yes, the orange building is discount tobacco. That's what I said. That's why I stopped there, Kathy. I originally stopped at that store, not because it was purported that Candace had been there, but because I smoke. And my cigarettes were hella high at the Murphy's and the drive-through gas station at the Ingles and stuff down the street. I'm on her. That's what y'all are seeing on the screen right now, Patty. This is her community post. I'll show you. I'm going to click it so everybody understands. It doesn't take you to Jody Sue live streaming me. It takes you to my see, it tells you videos private, it's unavailable. Then it takes you, thank you RJ, it has a Fort Henry Drive address because the side of the building faces Fort Henry Drive. The front of the building faces towards the hippie house. See, this takes you directly to my live stream. Hello. Waiting to see. This is what I wanted everybody to understand. Well, I don't give a shit what she's done to nobody else. I didn't strike her, but somebody did, and whoever did, thank you. And it can't be but a couple people, just so y'all know. And I'm in live. This is real time. We're live. I'm showing you this. It says 10 minutes ago was when she put this up. Yeah. It's cool web thing. It's confusing for me, and I'm in YouTube land. Exactly, RJ. Because it's like a little 2-lane road that turns in front of the store, right off of the Fort Henry. Like if you're coming from Catch 22, if y'all know where Catch 22 is, if you're on Fort Henry, and let's say you turn left. Yeah, she's freaking weird. You're right about that, Patty. The orange store that we're all talking about right now, and RJ, I'll drop a link and we can try pulling you up again and see if that works. I'm going to hook up my headphones before. Good. And if I don't know about how to share, if I can get you up here, RJ, you should have the ability to share because I know Obsidian and Libby before when they've been on the screen with me have been able to share once I get them pulled up. It's important because anybody that knows that area, and I have had several locals that know that area very well. They told me it's not a really good area. They did say there is an Avon sales house. Yeah, Annette, it's a funny thing. Thank you. RJ, while you're in here, I want to bring this up, okay? I was talking to one of the Sunshines earlier today, and there's something I've noticed. No, it's not Lynn Garden, or is it? No, it's not Lynn Garden, RJ. I know where Lynn Garden is. That's where I stayed, and my car got broken into. Yes, RJ is local, Miss Rhonda. He has a channel. He's a good dude. I'm sure, Kathy, that to me has nothing to do with what I'm talking about, by the way. Okay, got you. Well, RJ, you know, if you heard my discussion about Lynn Garden, I got really spooked. And I've been, listen, I've stayed. You're a local as well, Miss Kathy? Okay, well, then do you know the orange tobacco store that I'm speaking of that's off of Fort Henry? You leave if you're Catch 22 and you leave out of Catch 22's parking lot taking a left onto Fort Henry, get in the far right lane and you'll see the hippie house, and then there's the like a white store building after you pass hippie house, and I think maybe one other small building, I'm not sure. And then there's that little 2-lane road. And then there's the orange tobacco store that sits, as I would call it, sideways. Or we say side-goggled. Because Fort Henry is the bigger road. So one would expect the store front to face Fort Henry for, just more business. Especially for people driving through. Because Fort Henry, that's a road that non-local traffic and commuter traffic and stuff would use, and just for sales. Yes, I am talking about Kingsport specifically right now. I'm talking specifically the Fort Henry Highway. The stretch that I'm speaking of, specifics of right now, would stretch from, let's say, the Walmart on Fort Henry down to this orange store. I'm not sure where, like, RJ and Miss Kathy and Cherokee and any other locals. Yeah, Rhonda, RJ and I were speaking about that. That's how he kind of let me know. You know, I didn't know anything about the Sensabaugh Tunnel, you guys. And my third visit, I accidentally ended up going out that road and having to do a U-turn, and I was spooked. Like, you could really feel it. I didn't know anything about it, and it was very difficult. Yes, Sullivan County, Miss Rhonda. Kingsport is in Sullivan County. Anyway, what a point I was trying to make is when everybody was talking about Candace and Grandma's activities and their route that day. Well, now things are coming out, and it's being alleged that she made other stops and there were other activities. The whole point, the reason that I brought up this orange building is we heard early on discussion from some of the neighbors and from Candace and I want to say Allie, but I'm not sure, about Candace and them and the Avon lady. I don't know if anybody that's in the chat remembers it, but they were talking about the Avon lady specifically and how she delivered at times up to 110 Ben Hill. And I said, that's odd. I used to sell Avon for quite a long time. It worked out really well when I was a manager of a fast food restaurant. It probably does, Miss Rhonda. And I would, you know, have my Avon books out like that. RJ, I don't, how do I say this? I believe that there can be like residual energy left, especially where some major event takes place. I believe that sometimes that there are tortured souls that are lost or feel, how do I say this, like something's not complete. And I believe it leaves energy that we can sometimes pick up on. I don't think traditional ghost stories per se, but I do believe that, you know, even if you are a devout Southern Baptist. Yeah, RJ, I think that's great. And I don't feel forced at all. I enjoy speaking to you because I think you're like me. You're open. I kind of get the feeling that you are open to other ideas and theories. And just because it's not something you believe in doesn't mean you need to be disrespectful or talk down to or make fun of someone else. And I like that about you. Oh, and Rhonda, just FYI, speaking of Bluntville, and RJ, you may be familiar with this group. I owe a world of thanks on one of my visits to actually my last visit when I met up with Chase right before Benny came to town. I was in Bluntville because I had stayed at Miss Gypsy's house and slept in my car in her driveway, so we didn't disturb her parents, who I met at 7 o'clock the next morning. It was wild. Anyway, long story short, the Romeo Club at the McDonald's there in Bluntville, it's near a Dollar General and a Dollar Tree. It's all kind of right there. Were very, very kind and very helpful. RJ, if you've never met them, go. And just a tip, not just for people living in Hawkins County, but just a little tidbit, you guys. If you want to know the local gossip, if you want to know what all's going on and who's alleged to do what in a town, take your ass to the McDonald's or the Hardys and be there between about 5:30 in the morning to 9:30 in the morning. Guarantee you will catch a group of senior citizens, a lot of them born and raised in the area, and between their experiences, their children's experiences, their grandchildren, great grandchildren, sisters, brothers, all between all those experiences, you will get an education on the area that you're in. It does. I'm not saying that it's not gossip. I'm not saying that, but what I will tell you guys is a lot of the major articles that I was able to find. For instance, the Kingpin article, the article on the man getting shot in his neck, the article on the light gentleman having a shootout with detectives and police officers because his daddy was getting the Kingpin charge. All that shit I was led to by the coffee cruise in Bloodville, Kingsport. I owe it thanks. And I didn't know, I found out during that trip about Wendy's having a breakfast morning cruise, you know? But anyway, what I was getting to, the whole reason I brought up is, one, I'd been looking for a still shot because I didn't have one in my video footage of that orange store. And I do have it on the camera footage. I'm trying to do, I can't find any software to convert. The camera, the digital video camera that I have and that I videotaped on my last trip with, and I have like 3.5 hours of footage I can't review and edit. That, I am too, Miss Karen. That footage was taped on that camera, which is compatible with Apple operating systems and Windows operating systems. My computer is a first generation Acer Chromebook that use links, and it's not compatible. It's not able to read. I don't have an app. I need a conversion app, and I haven't been able to find one. It's like I videotaped the stuff and it's speaking French, and my computer speaks English, and it's saying no comprende in Spanish to me. I don't know what to do. What I'm gonna try, I tried to go to the library and see if I could put it onto a flash drive, convert it that way and download it to a flash drive. The problem is, anything I put it on, it's gonna be written with either Windows or Apple, and again, it's not going to be able to read it. So I've got to figure out some way that I can upload it to my YouTube channel and then have it. And by the way, I'm not done covering the Greyhound situation. I haven't spoken to Miss Mama T today. But hopefully I'll hear from her in the next day or so and can give you all some updates. That story is not over, okay? I'm great, Miss Karen. Everything I'm here in Bloodville seems like a wonderful place. It's got a great mix of city life, country life. You got NASCAR. You got plenty of places to eat, stores to shop. And all the people there I met are really great. It's just amazing. And there's still, I want you guys to know, okay, Miss Patty, thank you so much. And hopefully I'll see you Thursday or Friday. I'm making a special live stream. It's going to be, for me, it's an amazing accomplishment, milestone, and thankful situation that I'm going to live stream. That's going to be happening in my life. Tomorrow, if the package arrives by 4 p.m. Eastern Time, by 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time, because the office that I have to go to closes at 4, it'll be tomorrow evening, the live stream. If it doesn't arrive until after 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time, then it's going to be Friday morning around 10:30 a.m. when I do that live stream. Then this weekend, I have some things lined up. I'm working on getting the amount of donations together. What I will tell you is I'm going to be in an undisclosed location in Tennessee. It's going to be very close to Summer's former family home. It's going to be somewhere where I'll be able to reach a whole lot of people personally, as well as through the live stream, and we're going to Facebook live stream it hopefully, and we're going to be able hopefully to live stream it on YouTube. The reason I say hopefully on the live streaming is if I can get a Wi-Fi connection, I can live stream from the Chromebook at the location I'm going to be at. Yay, Miss Sassy. Everybody throw up a prayer for Sassy for her court tomorrow. But the whole idea is we're going to be handing out flyers. I'm going to make sure that none of the flyers mention the reward fund. If I have to take a Sharpie and mark it out, or take the, scissors, Lord forbid I'm giving false information. I want this little girl's face out there. I want to talk to locals. I want to see how many people within less than, we're going to say, within an hour of the family home, we're going to find out how many people still don't know about Summer. We're going to paper Summer's name and face out there. I won't stop. And I'm doing this. I'm saying this once again. Any individual or creator out there, anybody out there that has a missing persons case in their life, send me an email with a copy of the flyer. I will spend my last dollar and make copies for you, and I will hand those out, and I will make sure they get displayed right along with Summers. This is an opportunity to get faces out there of missing persons. Period. I'm not trying to get rich and get accolades. I don't want to be famous. I don't give a shit about none of that. Okay? All I want to do is get attention to any and all missing person that we can. And if you can't support financially, great. You can share links. You can hit thumbs up. You do all the free things, you guys. And message me or Cherokee Girl or one of the other mods, that any of them that volunteers, and find out about the Google little survey app. And like this past week, I earned $3.27 in 5 days, and not one survey I took asked me more than 3 questions, and it's multiple choice. You don't even got to type. You just click a box and get money in your Google account. Get that, and if you, by me sending you to it, if you earn $5, spend 99 cents and become a member for 1 month as a thank you for me hooking you up and telling you how to do it. And there you go. Still free, you guys. You're not really having to pay. And don't forget to check out the shop kit. Get your gift cards. Earn those by scanning and not spending no money. Another way that you can help support this channel for free. Email me if you don't have it, and I'll give it to you. The Amazon store link. That's all you got to do. When you go in, you click that Amazon store link. You don't got to buy a single thing that I'm showcasing in my store. All you do is click that link. Go shop. If you bought toilet paper once a month, if you subscribe to Prime once a month, whatever, if you buy your paper towels once a month, buy them the way you normally would. Okay. Oh God, Katie. Okay, Katie. All right. I don't know what happened. Email me and tell me what's happened that I don't know about now, Katie. But real talk, all you do, you click that Amazon link, and you just go to your search bar and shop like you normally would. Before you sign out, you have to complete the transaction for me to get credit. If you put it in your cart and you leave and you come back later, I don't get the credit. That's all. But you don't pay a penny extra for what you'd already be ordering. It costs you nothing extra. I don't get your information. None of that. Katie, let me know when you send me an email. None of that. It's none of that, I promise. Oh, okay, got you, Katie. I'm doing it now. Oh, allegedly, it can mess up their smell, their sense of smell. I know black pepper can interfere with that. Guys, I'm going to mute for 1 second, okay? So I can see what's going on. Oh, come on, computer. Allegedly sarcastic. If it just licked it and swallowed it, I think you'll be okay. Make sure that he has water available. If you're worried, give a piece of, if you've got some dry toast, just a little bit of dry toast to absorb any thing. Worst case scenario, he may throw up. The good thing is, as long as it's not in the eyes or inhaled in the nostrils, you should be okay. Katie, I'm reading. I got what you said it for. I know why you mad. That was, Katie, that was directly at Pie Face. I will go to Staples tomorrow. And if that same manager's there, hopefully I can get that good deal. If Blue Eyes didn't catch my thank you, again, thank you, Miss Katie. Katie made a donation to make sure that we can get more colored flyers for summer. So worst case, I can take the black and white ones that I already have. We can use that as a template and make them colored. Okay. Well, let me see if it shows. Oh, I see. Hold on. I gotta pull it up, Katie. To see what it lets me see, because I didn't see. God. See me put in my password. Hold on just a minute, y'all. Bear with my slow ass. I'm old. Okay. Alright, Miss Katie, what it shows me, if my phone will stop being so slow, is more summer color flyers. That's all it shows me. Yeah, and I know what it's from. I will tell you, thank you, Miss Karen Henderson. Thank you. I know what, I deleted the comment, but I know what it's addressing. Pie in the Sky made a comment on my video where I was putting the flyers up and basically said, I was dumb. Thank you, Miss Karen. Said I was dumb because the flyers advertised a reward and it was basically false advertising and stuff. Yeah, why don't you come and comment, Pie in the Sky? Is it because you know that stuff we can't block you from my channel as long as you don't come in the live stream? Everybody's not as dumb as she thinks we are. I'm so fed up. And Jody Sue, let me type this comment. And I want y'all to know, I'm going to say this emphatically. And this is at no one in this chat. This is to no one directly. I made a post. As a matter of fact, we're gonna look at that on my community tab section. There's a reason. So I'm pulling that up right now. But I reposted something. And yeah, thank you. Thank you, real. Until you get off your ass and come out of your bedroom, your house, your front porch, and this is at no one directly. If you're not talking shit about me, you shouldn't even think I have you in my mind. Okay? But if you're talking crap and making fun of what I'm doing and my whole idea and how I'm doing it, then you're a sad individual. Because the ones I've seen making fun and talking shit haven't left their bedroom, couch, living room, front yard to put a flyer up. Do you have a flyer on your front door? Do you have one at your mailbox? How many of you gave out? Before anybody wants to criticize me going to a drug stop, going to a rest area, walking up to a rando, going to Walmart, going to pick my nose. Before you criticize me doing a damn thing, at least I got up off my fat ass and I am proactive in trying to do something. How many of them have passed out a flyer? How many of them have contacted their local or state or federal officials to try to do something positive? And I'm not talking about trying to suppress phone calls. I'm not talking about the bullshit like Tim Mullins is doing, trying to make a law to where Chris McDonough and them can't call, or me, to where I get called on and tell him I'm recording this and I'm going to play this on my YouTube channel. Or we're live and you're on the YouTube channel, and then he gets butthurt because it didn't work out the way he thought it was going to do, and he wants to get mad and sue me and prevent that. That's basically, they got mad about the calls of Chris McDonough being played, so that's that law. You're putting that in that baby's name. Shame on you. I'm trying to put Summer's name on a law that brings awareness to people who are out. How do human traffickers traffic? Let's address that. Let's ask that question first. How do they accomplish trafficking? Well, you're gonna have to drive on a road at some point. Driving, flying, boating. They have to be they transport. So to transport, who does most of transportation? How many times while people, hey Miss Brandy, how you doing, love? While people are criticizing me for being at a truck stop and trying to get truck stops to put up billboards about missing persons and trying to get education about human trafficking required of all truck drivers and all trucking companies, while you're criticizing and making fun of that, let me ask you this. Who should we bring awareness to? Who is better? Who is better? Who's better to do that? You know, who's out there driving every day all across the United States and other countries? Truck drivers. How many times in the news, wasn't there just recently a trailer that goes to the back of an 18-wheeler, that kind of trailer? Wasn't there just recently one of those where individuals were jumping out of to their death and the number keeps rising? So if that truck driver didn't know about what was on his cargo and had been educated, could he have possibly recognized something and saved people's lives? What could education do? Could education, could that 30-minute class, could those flyers be enough? Could that little bit of education for that truck driver and others prevent this from happening? If it's not important for us to get these pictures to a truck driver, if it's not important for us to have the truck driver's eyes, then would y'all think that there wouldn't be multiple cases of human trafficking victims found in the back of tractor trailers? I'm just asking. You know, the boats that you see come into the ports, that have the big trailers on the back of them? Who do you think comes and hooks up to those and pulls them out of the ports and delivers them? Truck drivers. Truck drivers. To educate them on tips to recognize when they're seeing a situation that could involve human trafficking, and then to tell them the quick, easy steps to take. What information do you need to quickly glean? Who is the best person to call, and what is that contact? Should you do this or should you do that? To be able to educate them with those quick answers would not only help victims and survivors and future victims of human trafficking and missing persons, it would help law enforcement. I have not talked to one person who has a family member that is missing that thinks it's a bad idea. I've not talked to anybody who is in authority that thinks it's a bad idea. You know, I'm getting replies back because, see, call me crazy, but I said, who can help fast track this into action? That's when I was getting people, especially showers, because a lot of them usually I found while we were out on the road that everybody has to take a 10-hour break. There's a 30-minute after you drive 3 hours. I think you get 8 hours drive time. After the first 3, you take a 30-minute. Then it extends your 5 hours left to 8. At least that's what the digital thing was telling us. Then you have to take 10 hours downtime. That's where I was getting people and talking to them, was the 10 hours downtime. It just amazes me. I don't understand. And guys, so many of the truck drivers gave me positive feedback. They were so kind, so nice, so willing and able to, it's going to help a kid? Yeah. And it was the same way, by the way, what happened at the Loves and the police be called, that was not a truck driver. That was some lady. I swear she might have been related to JSB. But that was some lady. Because I was talking about human trafficking, she said that I was talking about obscene topics in front of her minor children and that they were scared. And they called the cops. The cops were really nice. They said, just delete the footage and there's really no problem. There's nothing, Straight up, RJ, it was like that. Every one of them. They asked if there was a petition. I had so many of the truck drivers, is there a petition I can sign? And when I asked them about the classes, they were like, just 30 more minutes orientation. Yeah, it wouldn't be, and the reason I say 3 years, what I found out, depending on states, different states do require more often, but most states, there's certain classes and stuff and everything. Bottom line is, the truck drivers I found that were employed by companies like, say, Big G, Swift, Heartland Express, so many of them were telling me that usually every 3 years they have to come in and get recertified by the company. It's just a requirement. Kind of like when you go do your driver's license. What I found in talking to people on corporate level is a lot of times that has to do with insurance stuff. Like the insurance companies, the big companies, insurance provider. The good thing is Most companies are ready, willing, and able, because by doing this, if they do this 30-minute class and they're not made to, guess what? They'll get insurance breaks. Yes. Oh, Miss Kathy, I'm glad you live there. You can explain to me. So is the little dirt road that's between the Avon house and the store, is that a road, or is it just like a path? Oh, true crime, yeah. You miss Jody Sue restreaming my content without permission and other things. Okay, hold on a second. Okay, guys, I just got it. Now, what I'm asking, is that a path or is it a road? That's what, Smiley, that's an announcement. I'm working on a petition to help make this a law. What's the matter, True Crime? Yes. Yeah, Kathy, it's maybe 2 blocks. The hippie, okay. That store and hippie house are on the same side of the road right there. Maybe there's 3 businesses and that little narrow road. If you give me a minute, Kathy, I'll show y'all. We can count clicks and see. It's maybe 3/10 of a mile from the hippie house. If you don't call that close or near, I'm sorry. But the one I'm speaking of, yeah, I know they do, Cherokee. I wasn't going to go into, but that's a good thing. But because the higher turnover rate, the more people that are going to get it in orientation. Okay, guys. Oh, I just got your message. Okay, hold on. I got to take care of something. Yeah, catch 22 is the opposite direction, Rockin' Robin. And it's across the street. I'm going to get the maps. RJ, if you're still in here, I'm about to message you real quick. Guys, I got to end this live stream. I'm going to come back. I'm trying to figure out a way RJ can be up here with me. And, right, I would think so, allegedly. So we're going to stop this problem with the Kathy. I'm going to get the maps, and I'll be back. Y'all give me about 45 minutes, maybe less. I just got an email about something I got to handle personally right quick. Miss Katie, when I come back, hopefully I'll let y'all know when I've got the appointment also to go on and grab those flyers. Because we're not playing no games. We out here for Summer, and I'm going to keep Summer's face and Summer's name out there. And y'all can come at me all y'all want to. People can talk shit. They can make fun of me. I don't care what you do. But you know what? What you won't do is stop me advocating for Summer, and you won't stop me from trying to show education to individuals that can help. Stop human trafficking. Not saying that Summer has been, but it has been alleged that she is. So let's educate people. Let's see if we can't eradicate it or cut the number of victims in half. I'm on it, Katie, and Jody Sue. I'm on you too. When I come back, hopefully I'll have some more information. I got you, Cherokee. I've seen that. The minor. I'm on that.